Okay, y'all. It's been a while. I know. It's been a while. Life happened, and I had to take care of some things, but I am back. I want to try to be more consistent, and ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's get into this look, and I'll come back and talk to you guys later. Alright guys, so I'm taking the long awaited, highly anticipated P. Louise base in the color Rumor 0.5, and to apply it I used my Morphe brush R42, and then I went back and smoothed it out with a matte 242 synthetic brush. Well, it's the 242S. It's one of the new brush since they moved to all synthetic now. Kind of wish I would have been able to purchase and got the original brush that they had. I heard that it was like really bomb, but this one is just gonna have to do right now. And as you can see, I've taken that same method and I'm applying it to my other lid, going right under the brow, trying to have like a little gradual effect here. One thing about this particular base is that you want to make sure you do smooth it out the best you can. You don't want to have any cracks left on it, because if you have a crack left in your base, you're gonna have a crack when you're applying your eyeshadow. So next I am taking the color Lick and applying it in my upper brow bone. This color Lick is actually from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Thirsty palette. So I'm just doing that. I kind of learned to do that first now, so I don't necessarily have to go back and try to add that so it's not looking so harsh. Right now I'm taking the color Stroke from my Jeffree Star palette and Thirsty, and I'm actually using my Morphe 433 brush, and I'll probably be switching that out between Morphe 433 and also my Morphe 441 brush. I tend to go back and forth with these two brushes just because they are really good blending brushes. And I've learned that if you use a clean one and you go back and you use one for color and you use one for blending, it works out really well. So right now I'm going back in with that same color Lick and the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette just to make sure it actually stands out. And I'm using, I don't know what brush I'm using. Actually, wait, let me see if I can find it. I'm using my Morphe E19 brush. It's a really small, flat looking pencil brush. Now I'm actually going into the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and that's probably where I'll be for the rest of this video. Is I'm using the color Coma to get some type of gradual effect going. And I'm using I don't know what brush I'm using actually in this one. I think this is a BH Cosmetics from their Marble collection. It came in a set. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm taking a clean brush. This is a brush. This is another one of my brushes. I have several of the same brush, but again, this is another Morphe M441. I'm going in there and blending that out, making sure there's not any harsh edges. And to do this, I find that once you get your color on there, you go back and you put more color, but then you kind of like just go really gently on the edges to soften it out. You'll see I'll be going in between two colors. I'll be going in between the Jeffree Star Coma from the Blood Sugar palette, and I'll be going into the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette and using the color Stroke. So you just blend your life away. Yes, 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 it's blend. That's something that I'm learning to do. Is like, once I started blending for longer periods of time, it came out a lot better. I've been doing a lot of watching B. Marie's channel, Tailor Made, Jane, I think that's her name, and also P. Louise Academy. Like, they be having videos and little inspiration looks and stuff like that. I can't remember who else I watch for actual technique, but yeah, those are the people that I follow a lot. So I'm going back and forth, as I said, between those same two brushes. So right now, I'm going back with that P. Louise base, and I'm going back with that same Morphe brush because it already got some of the product on there. I probably just put a little bit more, but that's the Morphe brush R42, and I'm putting it on there. And once I put a little bit on there and cut my crease, I'm actually going back on there just to put another layer so that I can have a better show up of my color. So when I put the first layer on there, I didn't clean my eyelid and the color, so it's kind of mixed in with the color I already had on there, so it was kind of like pinkish. So I went in there, and then like I said, I put another layer on top of it there just to make it more of a white pinkish type color, or light pinkish type color, I would say, to make sure that whatever look that I'm going for, that the color shows up, and it shows up really good. Again, I'm just going in there now. I'm just gently packing it, making sure I take it out as far as I'm needed. I'm doing what you would call a half cut crease. And y'all, I have hooded eyes. Depending on the look that I'm going for, I always sometimes I'll take my cut crease high, sometimes I'll take it low. It just really depends. But I like it. I like it more high. Right now I'm taking the color Glucose in the Blood Sugar palette, and this color it just has a lot of fallout, and actually it wasn't really It really wasn't sticking on the way that I hoped it was. I mean, maybe I get that with a lot of white colors anyway. Like, they just don't really stay. I'm thinking more so in the future I need to just use a white pigment to pack it on better versus a actual eyeshadow. But right now, since I'm doing mostly Jeffree Star in the eyeshadow department, I'm just gonna go ahead and make this work. Yeah, I know it's a lot. I'm just gonna have to keep packing this on to make sure it has some type of showing and presence on this look. I'm starting to think that maybe I could have took that initial application where I was putting down the colors. I could have took that initial application and just put it a little higher so that transition will show better, but you live and you learn. I'll do it next time. And what you just saw, what I just did was the fact that basically I just went in and took like a little, I don't know what to call it. It's a really small brush, and I took that brush, and it's almost like the same kind of brush you would use to do a liner with from a eyeliner tube. But I took that type of brush and I went in with a little bit of the P. Louise product, and I went in just to even out my cut crease, because now I'm at a point where, since I've learned how to do them, I'm actually looking for perfection, or as close to perfection as I can get, basically. So definitely the line matters, how straight it is and stuff like that. Yes, I'm still working with this white shadow. This white shadow is a mess. Straight up mess. Now I'm taking the color Cavity from the Blood Sugar palette, and I'm basically just packing it on there. And I'm going to be going back and forth between all of these colors I'm using, because I'm trying to get like a really good gradual blend. So I'm first just packing the color on there, and then I'll go back and I'll just kind of blend it out. And I always blend it out from, I don't know how to say this, like from the color that I used before. So I'm always doing that so that it can have some type of, like I said, gradual effect. So I'm blending the white into the pink, I would say, so that I can do that. So right now I'm just taking that color again and just patting it, actually applying it, making sure I'm really neat around the cut crease area. And then I'm taking that white and then I'm pulling it over and pulling it over so it can just have like a little blend. Going back, I'm still not satisfied with the way it looked. Going back and put some more color on there. I think when I was blending it or pulling it, it was like taking the pigmentation off. So I will go back in there and make sure I'm more careful now not to touch the pigmentation, not to blend too much. So now I'm taking that color Coma again, and I'm pulling from the pink. I'm actually taking a mixture of coma and intravenous. I'm taking that mix. So earlier I pulled from the white, now I'm pulling from the pink. Well, I'm applying the color now, but I'm pulling from the pink so that I can get that blended effect. I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. If you're looking for a really good brush set, I would definitely go for the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro. I am so in love with that. Oh my goodness, I'm so in love with those brushes. I actually have to order more and put them in my kit. Now you see I'm wiping my face because I don't like when all of that fall out, get everywhere. I mean, obviously too, if you're ready to get ready to do your face, you don't want it there. And this is a paintbrush from, I think it's from Michaels. I'm taking my paintbrush from Michaels to actually do a liner. I'm doing that at the beginning of the liner, my inner corner first. Oops, I'm wrong. I'm not doing a liner. I'm actually doing like a glitter on top of the cut crease line. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Glitter on top of the cut crease line. I'm sorry, y'all. So even right here, I'm trying to be precise to make sure that this glitter, the silver glitter, is straight. I don't want any issues. Right now, I'm just prepping my lashes for some glue-on lashes. I like to do this and then let them dry, and then I'll like uncurl them, basically curl them downward, or in the opposite way, some would say, and then like just kind of basically make them flatten out, and it makes it easier to put the lashes on. Right now I am putting on my liner. I totally forgot about this camera tripod I had. Well, it's a phone tripod actually, and I went live like the day before, and I don't know, I just started, I was like, man, I want to film a video, and I just came in and I started filming, and halfway through the video I noticed, I was like, oh my goodness, I had this up the whole time. But you know what? We're going to keep it going. You know, we is going to keep it going. We're going to learn from our mistakes, and we're going to keep it going. But like I said, you can see that I'm putting on my liner right now. And I am using a paintbrush from Michaels. It's like really small. It's like a real small angled brush. And I was like, man, this would be really good. If you're interested in it, in the brush and the type of brush, just let me know and I'll put it down in the comments. I'm not going to do any wing liner. Typically, I want to reserve those for looks that deserve a wing. In my opinion, I just really didn't feel like doing it. I think I can still make a really good look without a wing liner. And besides, I didn't really want to mess up because I'm trying to do a different kind of wing liner these days, and I'm not quite great at it yet. So I didn't want to mess up the look while I had a good thing going so far. So like I said, I put my lashes on off camera, and right now I'm taking a YSL primer. It was actually, I think I got this in the 500 or 100 point, something like that, at Sephora for your Rogue account. So yeah, I'm using it. I love getting those little samples. I'll keep them in my purse, or like when I travel out of town, it's always great for me to just take those samples of items. And I've been wanting to try this YSL primer. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Actually looking at getting the foundation soon, but I don't know yet, just yet. So still thinking about it. I'm taking my Born This Way foundation by Too Faced in the color Cocoa. The color Cocoa was one of the original colors, and I believe that this works. I actually ended up ordering another color with maybe more red undertones, but that was just too red. I could probably use it for a contour, but I think this works. It works real well. I like the way it looks and blends out and looks in photographs, so I'm cool with it. I'm taking a buffer brush. This is a buffer brush by Elf Cosmetics. They actually have some really good brushes as well. The black line, I don't know about the white line. The white lines are a little bit cheaper, and they definitely get worn faster. Get around that forehead, girl. Trying to get close to my brow without getting too close. Sometimes, like after putting on my foundation, I've totally lost my brow. Like it's not as sharp as it was. I'm taking my Sephora, let me see what brush that is. Sephora brush number 67, and I really love this brush. I got it when it first came out, and this was over a year ago, but I didn't really know what I was going to use it for, and today actually was perfect. I ended up using it to just basically get the foundation in between my eyebrows and my nose and stuff like that, where you'll end up messing up your brows if you use the bigger brush. So I just messed around and used it for this. And then you're going to see me take it under my eye as well, so I can get under my eye really close. I try to make sure that I go upwards when I'm applying face stuff. It's just better. Gravity comes down, not up, so you want to try to massage your face. You're technically massaging your face with product, so you want to always try to go up. Right now I am using the concealer by Maybelline. It's in the color Caramel, I believe. And what you're gonna see me, I just wet the small mini beauty blender, and I just wet it. I'm going under my eyes. Anytime I'm using something that's really creamy, and I always try to use some type of Max Fix or some type of spray mist to help blend it out. I personally really do like this foundation, but I think I'm going to end up getting something a little bit darker because it really, in my opinion, is a little bit too bright. But I'm still going to stay with it. And right here I put on a second layer just so I can get that extra brightness. Right? And I wanted to make sure I went ahead and got under my eyes really good. And then you're going to see me actually get the edges of where that concealer stops. You just want to blend that out to make sure it kind of blends into your foundation or to the rest of your face. So right now I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just taking it and I'm dabbing it on with that same beauty blender to help set it. So right now I'm going to get ready to take, oh yeah, I just noticed that I had that on there. Yeah. So now I'm taking this Fashion Fair powder in the color Pure Brown, and I am starting where I left off on the highlight with the concealer, and I'm going over just setting my whole face. And this actually, like, if you find out that you made it too light, you can always go over it with this powder. So that's what I did. I felt like it was a little too light, so I went over that entire area with the powder to kind of help tone it down, and I think it did okay. I really love this powder. It just gives me that beat look that I've been looking for. If you do want to try this powder, I recommend you actually get it from like a department store like Macy's, because ordering it from the actual site can be a little hectic, I would say. I'm going all over my face with this powder. So right now I'm taking the contour, and I'm actually using my Sonia Kashuk. I don't know how to say her name. I said Cooch, huh? Sonia Kashuk brush. It says tools number 20, and I'm using that. And I'm using the Ulta Cosmetics. They have like a contour highlight palette. So I'm using that too. I'm using the deepest color to go around and contour. I didn't cream contour at all. Some people like do a cream contour and then they do the powder, but I just do the cream contour. I'm not doing all of that because it's just, I don't feel like it. I'm taking this color, I don't know the name of the color right now, but this is a loose highlighter by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. They are an independent brand, and I found them on Instagram. And right now I am taking one of my Morphe brushes. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm taking one of my Morphe brushes, and I'm actually blending the edges from where I put the highlight at. Oh, and the name of that Morphe brush is E23. So I'm not done yet. I think I can use a little bit more highlighter. So I'm gonna take this L'Oreal Shimmerista, I think. And you can get it at Ulta. It's kind of like a pinkish highlighter. I'm going to take that and add it and layer it. I'm putting a little bit on my forehead. And then I'm blending it out because I probably put too much. Doing that tip of the nose thing. And then I'm taking a clean brush and just blending it out a little bit so it doesn't look so awkward. I'm taking a clean brush. I don't know what brush this is, but I'm sure it's a Morphe brush. And I'm taking a clean brush, going in and contouring my nose a little bit. Right now I'm taking the MAC pencil in Night Moth just to line my lips. And then I'm going to end up using Urban Decay's liquid lipstick in Blackmail. I'm trying to make sure I have that little line. I don't know what it's called, but little line. And my lips, they curve, y'all. Like sometimes I just overline my lips, or it looks like it because the bottom of my lip is like curled over. So it's really interesting how I have to put it on there. Right now I'm just taking those same colors I used in my cut crease. I'm taking those colors and I'm going back under my eye just to try to complete the look. And I'm taking a blending brush. This is going to be I don't know the name of this. It's called Korean Xander. And it seems like a smudger brush. It doesn't have a number on it. But I'm going in trying to smudge these colors. Now I'm going in with one of my favorite blushes, and this is the Milani blush. I've had this blush for a long time. I think I'm going to retire it. I'm going to give it to my sister because as long as I have it, I'm going to keep using it, and I'd rather use some other stuff that I got. I felt like I needed this blush. I don't always use blush, but I needed this blush because my highlight was so light. And there you go. That is my finished look. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.